ominous cinephile.
Welcome to my movie and TV series reviews, where I will provide honest opinions of the latest releases. If the movie or TV series is a hit or a miss, be sure to know I will inform you. But if the movie or series is trash, be also sure to know that I will trash the hell out of the movie. I am Dominus Cinephile.
And the movie on the review table today is the Nollywood film Áfàméfùnà. Áfàméfùnà is a 2023 Nollywood movie directed by Kayode Kasum and features renowned Nollywood actors such as Kanayo O, Kanayo, Segun Arinze, Stan Enze, Alexx Ekubo, Atlanta Bridget Johnson, Chidera David, Chuks Joseph and Paul Nnadiekwe. The movie premiered in cinemas on December 1st, 2023. Prior to its release, it hosted a special red carpet event and screening attended by the cast and other celebrities from the Nigerian entertainment industry, all adorned for the Nollywood paparazzi's flashing lights. Áfàméfùnà is a movie celebrating the Igbo Apprenticeship System. It marks the first feature-length film dedicated to exploring how this system revitalized the Igbo economy. Successful Igbo men passed on their knowledge and blessings to apprentices, thus perpetuating the cycle of wealth creation. The movie begins with the discovery of Afam's friend's body by the police. Afam is arrested and questioned about his complex history with the deceased friend and the reasons behind the killing. With its release in cinemas last year, the movie achieved impressive numbers at the Nigerian box office, according to Film One Entertainment, the sole distributor of the film. In its opening weekend, the movie grossed 14 million naira, marking it as the highest-grossing opening for an Igbo movie in Nollywood. Let me share a brief observation and rant a bit. Despite the movie's focus on the Igbo apprenticeship, its dialogue consists of about 60% English and Pidgin English. While the actors are Igbo, the predominance of English diminishes its classification as an Igbo language movie, as typically the Igbo language should constitute at least 80% of the spoken language. Back to the numbers, according to Film One Entertainment. In its second week at the box office, Áfàméfùnà grossed an impressive 32 million naira, making it the #1 movie in West Africa, as reported by Film One Entertainment. The movie went on to achieve a total box office score of 50 million naira. Impressive, isn't it? Well, let's delve into this movie to determine if it lives up to its box office success. I missed the opportunity to watch this movie when it premiered last year. I thought it would be a better experience to wait for streaming platforms like Amazon Prime or Netflix to pick it up. Luckily for me, Netflix came to my rescue. The movie premiered on Netflix on March 29th, 2024, and I finally got the chance to see it. Was I impressed? Was it everything I expected from a movie about the Igbo apprenticeship? Did the scriptwriters and director deliver a good cinematic experience? Were all the actors good? Unfortunately, the answer to all these questions is an emphatic no. Honestly, I was disappointed with what I saw. This movie should have been given a different title because the main focus, which is the Igbo apprenticeship, was lost. The plot or story did not help matters either. As usual with most Nollywood films, Áfàméfùnà had its ups and downs, with the downs overshadowing the positives. Let's talk about a few of the actors. Paul Nnadiekwe plays the younger version of Afam, and his acting was commendable. I was impressed with his performance, although I felt he should have had more engaging lines. Stan Enze plays the older version of Afam. His casting made sense, because if they had chosen someone else who didn't resemble or have the same vibe as Paul Nnadiekwe, it would have been a disaster. Both castings were spot on, and Stan's fluency in the Igbo language was commendable, although his acting lacked the depth of a seasoned actor. Kanayo's presence in this movie is evidently due to his mastery of the Igbo language. For the first time in a long while, I was thoroughly impressed with his performance. He didn't overdo it or indulge in the overacting typical of his older Nollywood movies. Scenes with him were impressive, and it's possible he had a hand in crafting his own dialogue in this film. Segun Arinze's performance left me indifferent. His expression remains unchanged across all movies, particularly when he portrays a cop. His use of a mix of Hausa, Igbo and English raises questions. What's the purpose behind it? Especially when communicating with Afam who only understands Igbo and English. The entire concept felt contrived and lacked coherence. Atlanta Bridget Johnson portrays Amaka in this movie, but casting an actor who can't act to save her life was a grave mistake. Her performance was so poor that it seemed like she had no acting experience at all. The fact that she struggled to speak Igbo further highlights the failure of the casting director. Why cast an actor who can't speak Igbo in an Igbo movie if she's not willing to study the language months before filming begins? Atlanta Bridget Johnson's acting in this movie resembles that of actors you might see in poorly produced Tyler Perry films. She was that dreadful. Alexx Ekubo portrays the older Paul in this movie. There was much hype surrounding his performance as Paul when the film was released. However, after watching this film, I couldn't help but wonder where the acclaimed performance was. His portrayal was lackluster, and there was nothing memorable about his on-screen presence. Chidera David delivered a superior performance as the younger Paul, compared to Alexx Ekubo's portrayal of the older version. Alex appeared too robotic in his performance, and his fluency in speaking Igbo was not on par with Segun Arinze or Kanayo O. One major flaw in this movie was its central theme, the Igbo Apprenticeship System. The director and production crew failed to craft a compelling narrative around this subject. A deeper research effort was necessary before embarking on this project. Understanding the subject matter and its historical context is essential in creating films like this. You can't simply draft a weak, shallow script and then rush into filming. It requires careful planning and preparation. Unfortunately, the director and writers did not do justice to the main theme of the movie. Understanding the Igbo Apprenticeship System is crucial. This system is an unpaid business apprenticeship or incubator model that allows young Igbo boys to learn business methods from a master, known as an ogre, for a certain number of years, typically between 5 to 8 years. At the end of their apprenticeship tenure, they receive cash infusion and support to start their own businesses. There are no shortcuts in the apprenticeship system. Each apprentice spends a set number of years with his master or ogre. At the end of this period, the ogre rewards the apprentice with cash to start his own business or trade. In the movie, Paul had been with Odogwu, portrayed by Kanayo O, long before Afam joined the apprenticeship. The duration of the apprenticeship cannot be shortened by any good deeds done by the apprentice, and younger apprentices cannot be freed or settled before those who came before them. You can imagine my surprise while watching this movie when Afam graduates before Paul and receives cash reward to start his own business. As I mentioned earlier, this movie should have been titled differently. The main reason I watched this movie was to see if the production team could effectively tell the story of the Igbo Apprenticeship System. However, Kayode Kasum, the director, and his team of writers, including Anyanwu Sandra Adaora, Omobayowa Alabi, and Darlington Chukwunyere, failed to focus on the theme of the movie. The execution was poor and uneven. Instead of learning about the Igbo apprenticeship system, viewers are presented with a love triangle and a murder subplot. A myriad of issues plagued this movie in terms of production. The script was weak, and certain scenes and the overall plot made no sense. Characters seemed to appear and vanish like ice melting under the sun's heat. For instance, Amaka's cousin Neka abruptly enters Odogwu's office, attempting to sound American, sparking intrigue about her role in the story. However, she soon disappears entirely from the movie, leaving viewers wondering about the purpose of her character and why she was included in the first place. Many scenes in this movie were incredibly dull, and some were downright nonsensical, adding no value to the film. It seemed like the director included these senseless scenes as mere fillers. I couldn't grasp the purpose of the pointless argument about J.J. Okocha and Kanu Nwankwo involving the younger characters, with Chuks Joseph overacting and screaming as usual. The motive behind Paul's anger and resentment towards Afam, upon learning that Odogwu was about to set Afam free and reward him with cash to start his own business, felt weak and lacked conviction. The blackmail plot in this movie left me puzzled. Paul's blackmailing of Afam revolves around the revelation that he fathered a child, Latana, with Amaka before she married Afam. For some inexplicable reason, Amaka is unaware that Latana is not Afam's son but Paul's. Strangely, Paul is aware of Latana's true paternity, while Atlanta Bridget Johnson's character remains oblivious. This inconsistency begs for clarity, as it's not like she was portrayed as being assaulted while blindfolded in the movie. For her to remain unaware makes no sense in reality, just as the blackmail by Paul lacks any sense in both reality and cinematic terms. Paul and Amaka's relationship was public knowledge. Afam knew they were dating before he married Amaka. Paul's manipulation, using his son to extort and blackmail Afam, while Amaka remains oblivious to Latana's true paternity, feels like lazy writing. It appears the writers were confused and lacked ideas. At the movie's outset, when Afam was apprehended during his father's burial festivities, he informed Segun Arinze's character that he was arrested in his village. However, the storyline suggests otherwise, as Afam finds himself at a police station in Lagos. Baiko, can someone please explain how Afam was arrested in his eastern village, but ended up at a police station in Lagos? Moreover, after spending extensive time at the station, he somehow manages to return to his village for his father's burial. Perhaps the writers and director are suggesting that Áfàméfùnà Okolie hails from Ojo or Badagry in Lagos State, as that would be the only logical explanation for a village burial and a Lagos police station. In summary, Áfàméfùnà Anwa Boy Story falls short of expectations, failing to capture the essence of its main theme. The film is riddled with numerous plot holes and scenes that lack coherence. The cinematography is subpar, and the storytelling lacks vitality. With a weak script and actors struggling with the Igbo language, the movie is a major disappointment. Áfàméfùnà deserves a retelling, a proper narrative that does justice to the Igbo Apprenticeship System, rather than the weak storyline akin to a Tyler Perry production that I just witnessed. Imagine if a director like Steven Spielberg took on the challenge of depicting the Igbo Apprenticeship System. What a spectacle that would be. And now for my rating. Áfàméfùnà scores a disappointing 3 out of 10. I'm definitely thrashing this. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon for notifications. Also, be sure to follow me on TikTok, WhatsApp channel and Instagram at Domino's Cinephile for more movie and TV series reviews. Domino's Cinephile, signing out.